Hey Hat Kids! So today's video is all about what you can cook using a microwave. So this is a great way for kids to gain more independence in the kitchen and cook without using a stove. Just a few safety tips before we begin. Never microwave anything metal. So this means if something is silverware, if it's aluminum foil, if it's stainless steel, you do not want to put any of those things in the microwave. They will start a fire. Only use microwave safe containers to microwave things. And secondly, using oven mitts is a great idea for a lot of things when you take them out of the microwave because they're going to be really hot. So you got to be careful. You can cook a full balanced meal in the microwave, and today I'm going to show you how to cook 8 different things just using the microwave. Alright, we're going to make microwave mac and cheese. So I'm going to use this big microwavable measuring thing because with a small mug the water is going to boil up and it can boil over into your microwave, which just means you have more to clean up. So using something bigger will help avoid that. So I'm going to use 1/3 of a cup of small pasta, 3/4 of a cup of water, and I'm going to stick it in the microwave for 3.5 minutes. The cooking time might vary depending on your microwave, and you can stop it partway through to check on it, give it a stir, make sure it's not boiling over. Okay, so this actually took 7 minutes in total to get the pasta to fully cook with my microwave, so the cooking times are really going to vary depending on your microwave. Next, we're going to drain the remaining water. We're going to stir in 1/4 cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon cornstarch, and about 4 tablespoons of shredded cheese. I'm going to give that a stir and then microwave it for another minute. Mix it up. This is quite liquidy, so I'm going to add another 1/4 teaspoon of cornstarch just to help it thicken up a little bit. And I'm going to stir that in, and it should thicken up a little bit as it cools, but it is looking like a pretty creamy mac and cheese. Next, I'm going to show you how you can cook an entire cob of corn in the microwave. So you just leave the husk and everything on it, and you stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you will rotate it over to the other side. Be sure to use like a mitten or something because it's going to be hot, and then cook it for another 2 minutes. Okay, now it's cooked. I don't know if you can see, but it is steaming, so it's really hot. So we're going to let this cool off in the husk. So I went ahead and cut this corn in half, and now we can peel it. It's had 5 to 10 minutes to cool off. Gotta be careful because it might still be hot, and it's a lot easier to peel after it's cooked. You're free to dress it up however you want, however you like to eat your corn, and enjoy. My next trick is that you can cook veggies in the microwave. So I'm adding some sugar snap peas, but you can really do this with whatever your favorite vegetable is. I've tried it with beans, with broccoli, with carrots, with beets. All you have to do, put them in a microwave safe bowl, add a little bit of water, and cover it with something. I like to use some wax paper, whatever you want to cover it with that's microwavable. I like to microwave it for 2.5 minutes on my microwave, but your cooking times might vary. Drain the liquid first. Make sure you let it cool enough to eat it, and then dress it up however you'd like. So with seasoning or spices. Nice spice mix. And there you have it. So in here I have an assortment of peas, carrots, cauliflower, and beets. Cooked perfectly. And when you cook it in the microwave, you're actually retaining a lot of the nutrients in it, rather than a method like boiling it. Next, we're gonna make scrambled eggs. So I'm gonna take a mug and an egg, crack it in, and then make sure I wash my hands. You can add a splash of milk. Then I'm going to take this fork and whisk it up. You can add other ingredients in here if you want, if you like some chopped peppers or mushrooms or whatever it might be that you can add to your scrambled eggs. I'm going to add some chopped mushroom. Then you're going to microwave it for 1 minute. I just took it out partway through to add some cheese and give it a little stir. And now it's in there for the rest of the minute. This has puffed up nicely after a minute. Let it sit in the mug for 30 seconds to a minute before you eat it, just to make sure that it fully finishes cooking and to let it cool off a little. Now look at this beautiful egg, scrambled egg muffin kind of thing. Let's see how it tastes. Pretty fluffy. Cheers. A little bit hot. That's pretty good. Did you know you can cook eggs in the microwave? You don't even have to use the stove. You can do it all by yourself. Now we're going to make a poached egg in the microwave, so it's super easy to do. You could also make it hard-boiled if you don't like your yolk to be a little bit runny, probably. So I'm going to take an egg, crack it right into the mug, make sure I wash my hands. Then we are going to put just a little bit of vinegar in with some water. This is 1/3 cup of water. I'm gonna add that in and then microwave it for 1 minute at 80% power, or power 8. Next up, we are making some microwave chili. So you can do this and make just 1 portion for yourself if you want, or 2 portions, whatever you want. You can make it in a mug. I'm making it in this because it's clear so you can see what's in it. So I'm starting out with some beans. These are assorted mixed beans from a can. Just rinse them off first and throw some beans in. I'm going to add some tomato sauce. Some chopped zucchini and frozen corn. The zucchini you can cut up with a butter knife. I'm gonna give this a little stir, see how it's looking. Measurements in this don't really have to be exact. You can add any other veggies that you like to have in your chili. I'm going to add some canned diced tomatoes. That was 1/3 cup, but again, measurements aren't super important in this. Looking pretty good. And now I'm going to add some spices. So a lot of recipes are calling for 1/2 teaspoon of each. I'm just going to sprinkle some on. So this is chili powder. Ground cumin. This one's optional. Gonna add a little bit of that one. And then I have garlic powder and onion powder. If you'd prefer, you can use real garlic and real onion, but using the powders makes it even easier to make. So I'm just gonna do a few shakes of each of these. And then I'm going to stir it all up. Make sure it's really well combined. It smells like chili. If you'd like, you can taste it and see what it's missing. You can maybe add some black pepper. You can add some salt if you'd like. And then I'm going to microwave it for about 2 minutes and give it a stir. Make sure it's covered so it doesn't make a mess. And the cooking times will vary based on your microwave, but it's basically just going to make sure this is heated through, that the zucchini cooks a little bit, and you'll be ready to eat it. Smells good. Gonna give this a stir. The zucchini looks like it's gotten cooked, so I'd say this is ready to eat. Now, to serve alongside our chili, we are going to make tortilla chips using the microwave. I have half a tortilla here. It is a whole wheat tortilla, and we are going to microwave it and turn it into chips. So you can cut this into wedges before you start if you'd like, or if you don't care if they're uniform, we can break them apart once it is cooked. So we're gonna take a plate. I'm lining my plate with parchment paper so that it doesn't stick. And then I'm just placing the tortilla on it, putting it in the microwave for 1 minute. After 1 minute, we'll take it out. Be careful because the plate can be really hot and the tortilla can be really hot. So if you want to use oven mitts, that's a good idea to take it out and handle it carefully. And we're going to flip it over and microwave it for another minute. Now you can see it's already bubbling a little bit. It's already turned a little bit brown. And I'm just going to flip it over and microwave it for 1 more minute. Now that it has cooled off a bit, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to break it into smaller pieces. You can just break these into bite-sized chips, however small you want. And again, if you want them to look more uniform, you can cut them up before you start cooking it. And there we have it, tortilla chips. Cheers! And there you have a whole meal that you made in the microwave. Next, we're making a microwave pizza in a mug. So you take 1/8 of store-bought pizza dough and we're gonna roll it out. Roll it out big enough so that it fits into a wide-mouthed mug or bowl or something. This is like a soup mug, so it's kind of wider. I'm gonna place that on the bottom. Then you're gonna add a few spoonfuls of tomato sauce. And then you can add whatever toppings you want. So I'm going to add some mushrooms and tomatoes that are cut up, that again you can cut using a butter knife. You can add whatever you would prefer and really customize your pizza. And then we're going to top it with a few tablespoons of shredded cheese. I didn't shred my cheese, so it's just cut into thin slices, and I'm going to kind of rip it up and put it on top. Then we're going to microwave it for 1 minute or until your cheese melts. You want to make sure that the dough is also cooked through, so you might have to microwave it a little bit longer depending on your microwave. Now we just have to wait for it to cool off a little bit, and be careful if you touch anything other than the handle, the rest is going to be really hot. I had to cook mine longer to make sure the dough was fully cooked, but I transferred it to a plate and now I have my very own microwaved pizza. Did you know you can make potato chips in the microwave too? Check back next week for more food hacks, tips, and tricks, and I might even show you how to make potato chips in the microwave. See you next week!